Racism is a social construct that makes it possible to perceive a person as inferior. And this makes it easier to enslave and exploit them without feeling any guilt. And it's on this principle that England, Belgium, France, and Germany built their colonial empires. They conquered vast territories by force and subjected local populations to forced labor. There's an English businessman called Cecil Rhodes, and he's considered the architect of the British colonial empire. In 1889, the Queen of England, the famous Queen Victoria, granted him the right to mine gold, copper, and diamonds across a large territory in southern Africa. Rhodes raised a private army to control this entire territory. However, the local inhabitants resisted and they mobilized nearly 100,000 men against Cecil Rhodes' 2,000 men. And thanks to the recently invented machine guns, British forces decimated the local army. It was a staggering massacre. And later, actually, these same machine guns would be used against the British in the trenches of the First World War. So this African territory was then named Rhodesia in honor of Cecil Rhodes. And during this colonization, Londoners enjoyed electricity to the full, powered by the copper extracted from African mines. These mines also produced diamonds, generating considerable wealth for some, but nothing for the local inhabitants. At the same time, Leopold II, the King of Belgium, declared that a vast region of Africa, as large as 80 times Belgium, was his private property, along with all the inhabitants, its natural resources, its animals, and even its plants. The Congo is rich in copper, a metal which is essential for electrical cable, and rich in rubber that for making car tires. So the Congolese were forced into hard labor with unrealistic extraction quotas. To enforce these quotas, the king's soldiers took women hostage and executed them if the quotas were not met. 10 million people were killed or tortured under this regime, which lasted 23 years. The Congo then passed into the hands of the Belgian state, which administered it for 52 years until the country's independence in 1960. Other European nations such as Germany, Portugal, Italy, Spain, and France used similar colonial methods in Africa, in India, and in several countries of Southeast Asia like Cambodia, Laos, and Vietnam.